Hello Scorpio and welcome to Faylight Tarot. We have your manifestation reading today for the next 4 weeks. That time period will be for the entirety of October to the beginning of November. Now, as per usual, I have cleansed and pre-shuffled my cards because I like to take my time over that and I don't have to waste any of yours. So, as any tarot reader will tell you, there are a lot of you out there, so take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate with you at all, then that's okay. It's just not the reading for you and you can try again next time. But should you like what you've seen here today, then please by all means do hit the like, share and subscribe buttons and you will be alerted to next week's reading, which will be for a wellness check-in. So before we start, what is a manifestation reading all about? Well, for me, manifestation reading is about looking at your current vibrations and energies that you're putting out into the universe and seeing what we can do to change or improve those energies and vibrations, because after all, what you put out into the universe is what you get back in return. And this will be helpful if you're wanting to make situations a bit better for you. Maybe you want to bring in new things into your life, a new job even, or new friend groups, or perhaps you just want to bring about more positivity within your life. Okay, so the current energies that you are putting out right now is the 10 of Wands. And that's a beautiful energy actually to have, because it talks about abundance. It talks about being recognised or feeling recognised for your deeds and what you bring to the table. So tell me about the 10 of Pentacles for Scorpio, please. 10 of Pentacles for Scorpio. A lot of things. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Good. Right. We have right. We have the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Cups. We've got the Page of Swords in reverse, the Nine of Cups, and the Two of Wands. Now that's actually really, really lovely right now, because I feel that you're in a position right now where you're starting to really explore what brings you happiness to your heart, which is really, really lovely. There's a compassion and a kindness within you that has come about through these connections that you have. These connections you have that bring you joy. And not only that, there's also this element of, I feel that you're starting to be freer with how you're expressing yourself, which is really beautiful. Or at least how you're expressing your emotion. Now, I do feel that in some essence too, there is like a whole comfortable area where you are, this is going to sound cheeky, right, but bear with me. You are no longer particularly interested in learning things that are new, because you have everything that you need. You are comfortable. You're in a place of contentment. And not only that, but this was a path that you chose after a long journey, I feel. And the reason why I'm saying that is because he's looking at the globe there, right? So I feel like he's I feel that it's a bit of a reflection there on the things that he's done, and it's like a new path that came out of that there. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. You have the Seven of Swords, you have the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, rather, and you've got the Ace of Wands. Interesting. Very interesting. So I feel like this energy that you have here about that success and that being recognized, that being comfortable situation there. I feel that happened. It came from a place where things were a little bit unexpected. It's almost like something happened to bring you to this place that brought you some clarity. As in sneaking away from the things that you didn't want to really be a part of anymore. And it's almost like there was an element of really not being all that sure about what to do. And I feel that this is actually like in the past, like you haven't really been sure of what to do, and there was an element of you like having to, I think you barricaded yourself up a little bit from it, but there came a time where you started to really express what you really wanted to do. It was like a new opportunity came your way. I think you started to see it as a new opportunity. Like, did you feel that something got taken away from you? And it could very well have been a job or something along those lines. But you took lemons and you made lemonade. And I feel that you had to do a lot of work to make peace with that, to come to this point of being, actually, no, I'm comfortable now and I've got everything that I could possibly want. You know, I've got the people that I love around me, don't have any real desire to go and learn anything new or to fight, but I'm happy. I think that that's really beautiful. Something that you need to be more open to receiving is the Hanged Man. That can talk about new perspectives. It could also talk about giving into the will of the universe. Tell me about the Hanged Man, please. For Scorpio, what's happening? The Hanged Man for Scorpio. Messages and energies for Scorpio. Thank you. Okay. Ooh. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel that this is about that new perspective and giving into the will of the universe, because once you do, if you are willing to be open to the energy of giving into the will of the universe and that new perspective, something new and extraordinary is going to come your way. Now, here's something else that comes into light. When you gain something like a new perspective, for example, something has to be lost in order to make room for it, and vice versa. So yes, that element of loss in there, which makes absolutely sense, because that's it in a nutshell there, the gain and loss in perspective. But whatever you lose pales in comparison to what you gain. So what is it that happens there? Once with that gain and that loss, a new lesson arrives for you. And it's one about faith, I feel. Not necessarily faith in a higher being or a God or anything like that, but faith in you, faith in the universe, even. And also, it comes with the possibility of you being able to perfect something. which is the opposite of not wanting to learn something. No, you're not learning anything new. You're perfecting something that you're already doing, which is incredible. I love that. See at the bottom of the deck, which is the hidden and subconscious. So yes, we have the Justice card, you've got the Moon card, the Four of Swords, you've got the High Priestess and the Hermit here. So yeah, there is this element of a strong sense of justice, perhaps even a strong sense of right and wrong. What is meant for you will not go by you, in that kind of regard. But there's also an opportunity for you to look at something objectively. Looking objective at how is giving into the will of the universe, how is that going to benefit me? Because that is a completely different energy to the Justice card. The Justice card is straight down the line. She is right and wrong. She is control. She is authority. Whereas the Hanged Man is hanging free. He is seeing everything that is going around. He is seeing the universe. He is reaching enlightenment. So perhaps there's some element of that control, that right, wrong, authority. But to do so, that means having to look at some of your fears and look at some of the things that you think are fact but are actually illusion. Which makes sense, because in order to do that, you have to take a bit of a rest and you have to be able to do some introspection. How do you do that? You may be asking, Scorpio. Well, the way that you do that is you activate your internal intuition and your wisdom. Having a dialogue with yourself. See the emotions and thought processes that arise and then acknowledge them and address them and see what happens. And what will come when you are open to receiving the Hanged Man energy, the giving into the will of the universe, is a beautiful energy, the Page of Cups. The surprise of life, the being delighted in everything that you see. The exploration of feelings, which is what we were just talking about there. The exploration of feelings. Curiosity in the things around you. Tell me about the Page of Cups, please. Lovely. What a card to get out. Page of Cups for Scorpio, please. What's happening? Thank you. Page of Cups, please. Thank you. Okay. You have the Star card, Temperance. As you know, Star card, Seven of Swords, Temperance, and the King of Pentacles on its side. So yes, what will come when you are ready to receive the Hanged Man energy is the Page of Cups. As I say, that curiosity, that interest for life, the exploration of new feelings. Also, the Page of Cups, he's a bit of a wanderer as well. Like, he just goes where he feels to go, and there is an element of that being a really healing path for you, and it brings a new type of hope almost for you. But again, there's that element of wish fulfillment. Now here comes that Seven of Swords again, and I feel that this is almost like your insecurities, mistrust. Your mistrust of giving into the will of the universe. If I give into the will of the universe, then that means that things are not really in my control. And how can I do that? How can I just like blindly let fate take the wheel if I don't know where, like, blah, blah, blah. There's a difference between giving control to something, and being willing to see what happens. Because this is black and white thinking, right? Giving into the will of the universe to see where you go, that's absolutely fine. Doesn't mean to say that you have to take that path, you know? Well, the universe is saying that I take left. You don't have to take left, you can go right if you want to. There's always will, there's always free will and choice. And what's lovely is that Temperance is here to tell you all about that. Temperance says, look, think about the balance of things, have the patience of thought to sit, take a breather, take things into consideration, and not only that, but realise the purpose in the things that are around you. Also, she has her foot in the water, so she has that element of listening to her intuition and listening to the spirit realm. And that's confirmation there that you don't feel secure about giving into the will of the universe, but it's okay. Because the King of Pentacles is on his side. He can go either way. He's not committed. But it's having that strength of purpose, that strength of character. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Wands. That, yeah, this, I understand that this makes you uncomfortable. I really do. I get that. It's like one of your barriers that you've built up that makes you comfortable. It keeps you secure, right? It keeps you secure. This being in control. But look at the stability that you have. You already have so much stability. Not only do you have stability, excuse me, but it's celebrated. But this change of perspective about taking in the Hanged Man energy, it's more than just going against a boundary. The thought of it is catastrophic to you. It pulls the rug from under your feet and it makes you so uncertain that you can't cope. And I get that. I get that entirely. But what if you were to look at one of the other meanings of the Tower? The Tower is the opportunity to remove the things that don't serve you anymore and to use something else, to bring in something else, to build even better foundations. And how do you do that, you may ask? You do that by using open communication. Use open communication and truth and honesty, and you'll get there. Excuse me a second. What is your next step? Or what is your leap of faith? Is the 10 of Wands. Now, ordinarily speaking, the 10 of Wands talks about being overwhelmed and exhausted. But in the context of what is the leap of faith? The leap of faith is realizing how many wands you hold. He is holding so many wands that he can't carry them all. Why does he feel the need to carry all of these wands? Are they his responsibility? Is he supposed to do all of that? Is there nobody else that can help him to carry these wands? Tell me about the 10 of Wands for Scorpio, please. 10 of Wands for Scorpio. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Okay. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the Hermit, the 4 of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the 2 of Swords. Okay, so why do you feel the need to carry all of these wands, even though it's too many for you to carry and it leaves you feeling burdened? It's because you grew up with that mindset. This is something that came from the past. And it's rooted in your childhood. And you do know that. You do have the wisdom to understand that, of course. You really do. But understanding and knowing is different from working on it. Now, the good thing is that I think that that's actually what you're doing right now. I think you're actually taking a wee breather and you're recuperating, because I think it's in the back of your mind that I am carrying too many wands. And how do I make things easier? How do I make it easier for me to carry these wands but not trouble anybody else? And the truth of the matter is you can't. You really can't. Because here you've got an opportunity to ask somebody else to carry it for you or carry it with you. So you got the opportunity to ask somebody to carry it with you, or the opportunity for you to just keep your mouth shut and keep on carrying it all. But neither one of those appeal to you. And the thing is that this other person here, right? They've got experience in carrying a wand because they're already carrying one themselves. In fact, you have the Queen of Wands here. She has carried enough wands to be able to rule a kingdom. Let's see, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Empress, you have the Death card, the Ten of Pentacles, and you've got the Seven of Wands. You've also got the Queen of Swords in reverse. That's quite interesting. So yes, yeah, absolutely. Like you're focusing mostly on how abundant things are for you, and how fertile everything is around you right now. And it's like, yeah, I know there is I do kind of need to make some changes, but the thing is that like I'm actually doing all right with it. But no, I'm not though. And what do I do about that? And because she's in reverse, you're like, I'm just not going to think about it. And listen, nobody's saying at all that this is a bad way to be, right? It's just a way to be. Okay? And especially when we're talking about things that we are used to, right? Things that we are used to doing, and behaviors that we are used to doing, right? A lot of these things are formed during childhood, because it's almost like we receive an idea of how we should be proceeding through the world. And it doesn't necessarily just all come down to like our parents and how they raised us and so on. There are other external factors that come along with that, all right? But what happens is, this is when counsellors and psychologists talk about attachment styles. And there is a type of an attachment style where I won't bore you with the terminology, but I will say that there is a certain attachment style out there who relies on themselves because they didn't really have anybody else to rely on, and they learned quickly that they could only rely on them. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I have some element of that attachment style too. But it's okay to let other people in, and it's okay to ask for help. Even if it goes against the grain, it's okay. So how can you manifest even more effectively is the Empress. And that is that nurturing side, that that ability to recognize and meet your own needs, because she is abundant, right? She's nurturing, she's motherly. If you need something, I'll get it. I will take care of you. I will meet your needs. Tell me about the Empress, please, for Scorpio. Thank you. Oh gosh, a lot of messages. Okay, we have the Empress, of course. We've got the High Priestess, the Eight of Wands. We have the Nine of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. So how can you manifest more openly is to meet, to see, recognize, and meet your own needs with that Empress energy, that nurturing energy, taking care of yourself, really. What that is going to do for you is that's going to actually make you a more intuitive person, because what that's going to do is that's going to make sure that you actually understand what you're really all about. Instead of being analytical in thought about it, it's about recognizing your instincts. What do your instincts need? Because yeah, of course, like we recognize that we need food, shelter, and whatnot. But what else do you need? What are the other things outside the fundamental things that you need, like food and shelter? What else do you need? We all have them. We all have those needs. And communicating and exploring those needs are going to be really important for you. There's also some element of travel that comes with the Eight of Wands there. And I see here at the bottom there, there's this deep-rooted fear that you have about temporary hardships or being in some sort of hardship. Now, it could be, Pentacles does talk about money and possessions, but it also talks about the body and health. So are you perhaps concerned about any of those things? If there are, maybe have a little look and see what there is about it, because there's an opportunity for you to explore new ways in handling that anxiety and handling those areas that you feel need work on, those areas that your instinct knows needs work on. Also, the Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, try again, Page of Wands. He has this element of wanting to experience things that bring him joy and excitement. Now, by you manifesting, by you using the energy, that nurturing energy of the Empress to see, recognize, and meet your needs, one of the other needs that we have as human beings is we need exploration and joy, because these are the things that bring us happiness and safety. There he is. He's wanting to do it too. Interesting. At the bottom of the deck, you've got some fabulous energies going on here. You get the Six of Pentacles, the Judgment card, the Sun card, the Lovers, the Nine of Pentacles. Geez, oh, be kind and generous to yourself, Scorpio, because once you do that and you recognize, like, see here that this is actually a really good embodiment of the whole seeing the needs and meeting the needs, right? This gentleman here sees that these people are in need of coin in order to feed themselves, so he does that. See, recognize and meet your needs, and by doing that, it brings you to a revelation of self, your true form, and all the things that you are, your transparency as an individual. Not only that, but your revelation of self is celebrated. And in doing that, there's this new freedom that comes for you with the Sun card. Because the Sun card, the child who is absolutely delighted with life because he's on a horse and he's got a big stick with a flag on it. He is absolutely delighted. He is experiencing so many things that bring him happiness. And I feel that this is actually going to reaffirm some bonds you have with yourself as well as someone close to you. I think that's absolutely stunning energy. Now, the message from your higher self or spirit is the Five of Pentacles. Again, we talked about that earlier on there with your previous card there, that talk about temporary hardships and whatnot. But let's have a little further look and see what's going on with that there. Five of Pentacles for Scorpio, please. Any messages and energy for Scorpio? Thank you. Okay. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Goodness me. So your messages from your higher self or spirit is the whole, that fear that you have of the temporary hardships, that displacement, falling in hard times. Those are things from the past that you have carried with you for so long that even though you're carrying them, it's time to move to a new shore. Not only that, but walking a new path that looks towards the future. The thing about that, though, is that doesn't sit right with you. It really doesn't sit right with you at all, does it? On the other side, because you have the Three of Wands there that does look towards the future, that is the results of walking a certain path. If you choose to keep that fear with you, it could cause problems. Be grounded. And it is okay to understand that, yes, I have so many things at my disposal. I've got so many resources and all the rest of it. But with the Queen of Pentacles, yes, she does have so many resources and she has a lot of wealth. But she's also free with giving people what they need because she has so much to give. But the potential of exploring those new things, those new curiosities, you say that you don't want to do that. You say that you don't. But there is a part of you that's actually really keen to get on the horse and charge ahead. Because it's fun and it's exciting and it's attractive. There's so many things to do. And the world could be yours if you let it. Also travel. That's not the first time you talked about that in this reading, actually, Scorpio, that possibility of travel. Interesting. Okay, so let's have a wee think about where we were. Let's summarise. So right now, the energy that you're putting out there, the vibrations that you're putting out there, is one of comfort. You did your bit, you've gotten to where you've gotten, and you're satisfied enough to not want to do more. You've got all of this stuff that's going on. If you were being open to the idea of giving into the will of the universe, while that is going to reap rewards for you, it also brings some distress at the thought of having to leave a mindset behind. And those rewards being that ability to be able to gain new curiosity about the things that are going on around you, curiosity about yourself and your emotion. Because there's an element of control here that you have that seems to have deep roots to your childhood. But if you address that and you recognise that your instincts need a type of nurturing, then you are going to be on a new path. And it is going to bring you new experiences, new joys. The question is, those swords that you've been carrying around for so long since childhood, can you remove some of them? Can you share them with somebody else? I hope that you can, Scorpio. Because from the looks of it, there's so many things that could come your way. Anyway, that's me. I'm done. I'll stop talking now. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and you heard, and it gave you a lot of thought. I see that this is only just advice. But I hope that I gave you some food for thought anyway. I hope you take care of yourself, Scorpio. As I say, if you do like what you saw and heard today, please do hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And I can see you again next time. As I say, your next reading is going to be for a wellness check-in. But yes, do take care of yourself, and I'll see you later.